Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. Today is July 13th, Saturday, out here in a sunny, warm California. This video comes to you at the end of an incredible couple of weeks. I mean, if you have not been paying attention to my Plan Your Trade videos, and I'll come back over here and show you real quick, I have been trying to test out and kind of really just deploy. And again, these were from earlier videos. I will try to get rid of some of these and show you what's going to happen. But I have been trying to deploy my SPY cycle patterns into a prove it type of scenario. So I started on this day. I'll draw a line right here. This is the day I first started. And what I thought was, all right, let's do this. Let's post what I think is going to happen going forward for 2 weeks and see how it plays out. You guys all know how hard it is to try to predict the market 2 days or 3 days in advance. I mean, if you think it's easy, I dare you, give it a shot. Okay, go ahead and show me what you think is going to happen, and let's see how close you are. Okay, and remember, I did it 2 weeks in advance. I posted out 10 days of activity, highlighting these bars here with this blue, red, orange, 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 dark red, green, 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 all the way up to here. And the markets played out almost perfectly to my predictions. I mean, literally, it couldn't have been any better unless it just matched my ranges. Now, remember, when I draw these ranges, these are just expected price ranges that may, I think are going to happen. So now, after 2 weeks of great comments and lots of, wonderful new followers, and great, in fact, some people are calling me the greatest of all time. I'm just trying to do my job. But the reality is, I posted out at the beginning of this week, last week, what I thought would happen moving up into these bars, then a contraction, and now we're moving into this 23rd, 24th, 25th base and bottoming pattern. This update, today's video, is more importantly going to try to teach you that we are moving into, and I'm going to have to shrink it down, we are moving into a very solid rally phase. The markets have now shifted into what I would call a broad-based, organic, dollar-based rally phase. And I think that we're going to see a very strong uptrend. So I've kind of revised my estimates here. I think we're going to move up into this 568 to 570 area, stall, maybe move back down into this area, maybe flag, and then move up into this area, targeting this 606, probably by middle end of August, maybe a little bit quicker. We are going to get a very solid move out of this that really starts to originate right over here in this 23rd, 24th, 25th time frame to get a very solid upward trend. Now, I know I have a lot of junk on my charts. I get comments all the time about how it looks like a painting or how can you see this? Well, I see things differently. And sometimes I leave things like these way back here, which I could probably get rid of. And this one, get rid of that. The long and short of it, ladies and gentlemen, is we're moving into a very solid rolling type of pattern. We have very critical support, intermediate support right down here in this area. Let's call it 553 to 555.5. We have intermediate support off of these recent highs right up here, which is going to be right in this area. Got to move this a little bit. Right there, that's going to be 560 to 559.02. So we have intermediate support staying above this 559.02 level, is going to provide intermediate support, and staying above this 553 level, call it 553 and a half, 553 and a quarter, is going to be more broad term support. Now, longer term, of course, we have this deeper support down here. And again, the way you do this support, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty simple. You look for a rejection area, carry it up to a rejection area, and then you look for the 382 to 50 range for support, and that actually moves us right over here. So I will come to see if I can grab this, and it moves it right to here. So understand, we have even longer term support in this 542 area to 546 and a half area. So what I'm trying to teach you again is to look at the market and the mechanical process and to pay attention to what's going on. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick. This is the SPY cycle patterns going into next week. We have this counter trend exhaustion rally. We're in an uptrend. So this is an exhaustion carryover, meaning it should be to the upside. This is Tuesday. Counter trend means that we might see a little bit of a breakdown. But then we get this counter trend crush on Thursday. Major crush pattern in counter trend. The reason I'm bringing this up is that, you know, here's Monday, here's Tuesday. This is the counter trend pattern. Could be opening higher, moving downward. Then we get this downward move. I really do believe that this move here, this trend, this counter trend major crush may be a very large bar, massive bar, back to the upside, setting up what I think will end up being more likely a consolidated type of a flag formation across this area, meaning that we may stay very cleanly above 595 and a half, call it 559. So just below 560, 559 and a half. And we're likely going to see this support hold up very solidly over the next couple of weeks. The big move doesn't start until July 23rd, July 24th, July 25th. And then I think we move very cleanly back up into these channels. You can see I've drawn these green channels, and I think we're going to see a big aggressive move all the way up. Now remember, okay, I think it's over here. No, it's not here. It's probably here. Let me go back out here to weekly. Yep, here it is. So remember, we are in a wave 3 formation based on my analysis. Here was our wave 1 move up. So take a look here. Here was our wave A, call that wave 1. Very complicated. Here's our wave B pullback. Here's our move up to wave C, up in this area. And I think we need to get to minimum this 606 area to qualify this wave 3 initial move. Remember, here we have a 1, 2, 3 move. This is of a wave 3, which is really a wave 1. So understand that, you know, so I guess the easiest way to explain this would be to come over here and try to draw something. So let me just go to the German DAX. I don't think I've drawn anything here. So what we have with these wave formations is, you know, you have big, broader waves. So think of them like this: A, B, C, D, maybe E, right? So there's your big, larger wave structure. Within each of these waves, you can have smaller waves. You can have an A, B, C, D, E coming up to here. You can have an A, B, C coming down. You can have an A, B, C, D, E up to here, followed by an A, B, C down, followed by an A, B, C, D, E up, followed by an A, B, C down, followed by your last wave up hitting here. So each wave gets smaller and smaller. You have the larger wave, which I will highlight this and make this blue. Then you have the more intermediate wave, and then each one of these can end up being and A, B, C, D, E move all the way up. A, B, C, D, E move up. A, B, C, D, E move down. A, B, C, D, E move up all the way up to this area. So you go in from the longer term to the intermediate term to the short term. So where we're at right now is we're sitting right over here, and I'll get rid of these so you can see. We're sitting right over here in my opinion, in a wave 4 upward move. So we're looking at, we've had A, we've had B, now we're in C, okay? And this could still be wave 1. This could still be just the beginning of a very large move, okay? And that would not surprise me to see this wave 5 or wave E move continue quite a bit higher. But again, we could be in a move here that substantially rallies, setting up a wave 4, then a wave 5. Then, because this is still potentially wave 1, we could get a pullback, maybe not that deep, but substantially. It could end up in this area or this area. Then we could move into wave 2, the bigger, broader wave 2. We just started a wave 5, and I think we're in wave 1, which is from here all the way to here. That's our wave 1. I think we're in the midst of, like I said, an A, B, C move coming higher. That's where I think we are in the big, broader wave 5 structure. So if I am correct, this will end up being 2025 to 26. This will end up being 2028 to 29, maybe 30. And then this will end up being 2033, well, let's call it 32 to 33. So there is kind of a map of where we're setting up here. Okay, we're going to likely see this rally continue out 5 to 7 years on an extensive rally. So remember, if we're looking at the SPY right now at about 560, you're looking at potentially doubling or tripling the SPY out into this area, if my analysis is correct. Okay, and then we start looking at broader pullback sessions and trends playing out. So you've got a huge opportunity. But now, let me show you why I'm so excited about this before I run out of time. Okay, I'm going to come here and I'm going to show you a couple of things. Number one, the fear index, my custom fear index has moved downward. Okay, we're moving into very solid sentiment to the upside. Number two, the valuations index weekly chart is starting to show real strength. And this is what we've been looking for. A valuations index chart showing strength means we're getting good ground roots, valuation appreciation across broad sectors. We're starting to see a big move across large sectors of the market. We're also getting a big breakout move in my custom stock market index. We're also getting solid upward trends in the leading index, meaning we're starting to see a move here that is not a bounce move anymore, kind of a dead cat bounce. We're moving into real organic growth and strength across broad sectors, which means we could rally considerably over the next 7 to 10, maybe 12 to 15 months. Here's my market rotation index, basing and bottoming. You can kind of see a little inverted head and shoulders formation here. I think we got to play it out and see what happens. I do expect it to stay below this range into the election, but we could really skyrocket if the US dollar strength continues to play out and the US dollar demand continues to play out. My custom smart money index says we're in trending, which again has been very solid all the way up. And again, you get this all at MENT.com as a member. You get even more detailed analysis, but we're in a solid trend. My SPY base trend index is telling me the US dollar demand is increasing. Gold and silver are moving higher because we're seeing increasing fear Where's the one chart I'm looking for? There it is. And lastly, over here, the valuations trend index is built as solid inverted head and shoulders and moving higher. Got to get above this neckline area, but once it does, I think that by that time, you guys, we're going to be not late in the cycle, but we're very early in this new growth cycle right now. So you need to be aware. Now, one thing I did want to point out over here, and I will clear all of the drawing here. Put this back to auto scale. And it's so funny to listen to everyone talk about this equal weighted index. This is the RSP, the Invesco S&P 500 equal weight index. I mean, everybody last week was over here telling everyone, look, it's collapsing. Look, it's collapsing. This is not good. Oh, no, you know, and I call them crash dummies, but whatever. That's my own term for them. I mean, you know, generally what a crash dummy does is this, is crash, and then crash. Every week they'll find something to tell you, crash, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash. And I call them crash dummies because literally I could do this all the way up this chart. Remember, this move has gone all the way up to 400%. And the crash dummies have been telling you every week, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash. And they're just perpetually wrong because they just don't get it. The reality is that goes against human nature. That's not what humans actually, how they operate. Psychologically, emotionally, future expectations. Nobody in their right mind gets up every morning and goes, oh, the world's going to die, it's going to end. Nobody does that. And that's why psychologically, all of these crash dummies just don't get it, is that we're in a solid upward trend. We will likely be in an upward trend until some major event kicks in. But what I wanted to show you was this big move in the RSP. Okay, so the equal weight index is now just skyrocketing on very strong volume. Okay, and we can come down here and look at this. Look at this daily chart. Just literally blew up. Blew up. Now we do have to see it get above this level, this rejection level here, but this is a massive move. This is telling you that traders no longer believe that the markets are going to contract, that the shorts got squeezed all the way through this move, and now we're looking at a potential breakaway. And I think if we get a breakaway, we come back over here weekly. If we get a breakaway pattern here, just looking at this from a standpoint of moderate rejection, so we'll pick this level as rejection, and we'll pick this level, and we'll come down to these lowest lows. That's going to give us a move potentially from where we're at now up here, 12, 13%, possibly before the end of the year, folks, or into 22%, possibly into 2025. So remember, this could be a 2025 target area. But again, I want you to realize that I'm seeing very strong evidence of a broad market shift. Capital has now moved into the ignored and undervalued sectors and is really starting to rally. This is if this persists, this is going to be a very solid move. And again, I'll come over here to the SPY. I probably have a bunch of drawings on here, but here's weekly. And we're looking at the 600, 606 area right up here. Try to get this so I can move it. We're looking at the 600, 606 area to be our target. Then it's going to eventually it will intend and continue to trend up to here. So we're looking at maybe into this 572 area, then some consolidation, then a rally up here to the 606, 620 area. Let's call it 600 to 620. Then maybe some consolidation through the election into the new year. then potentially a rally right up into this 730, 740, 750 area on the SPY. Okay? Now, do me a favor. Come over and take a look at MENT.com. I know that, you hear this, but really, for $35 for my 60-day trial, come over and check it out. I'm going to post up the plan your trade videos that I've done because I've been able to accurately predict 14 of the last 15 days using my SPY cycle pattern. And I'm telling you, this has been an amazing proof of capability here. I mean, this has been amazing. I started back over here, predicted every single one of these moves, including this rally, predicted this rally up here. This was a down bar that my system, the SPY cycle patterns, predicted. Let me find them back here. There they are. So that was our counter trend breaking up and down bar. So this was a counter trend. We were in an uptrend. It is counter trend. That means that we go against the current trend, and it was called breaking up or down. In my analysis, because I thought the trend was so strong, I told everyone to watch for a potential upward squeeze at the end of the day. We didn't get it that day. We got it the next day on Friday. And that's why we saw that big recovery rally on Friday, setting up a big, massive move back up into this area. Just a huge, literally, look at this, look at this hourly chart. I'm sure I'm going to have to spread this out here, but look at this move on the 12th that just opened, squeeze, 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 squeeze. We bounced off of the channel area here and then rolled back down into this middle area. We're getting set up for a nice move on Monday, likely up into the 565 area, and then potentially Tuesday, maybe up into this 568, 570 area on the SPY. And I think we're going to, like I told you, channel out into this flagging setup. You can see I've got multiple flags drawn on here, but I'll try to make this bright yellow and make this bright yellow. And we're either going to flag out into this yellow flag or into this light blue flag, cyan color flag right here. And probably get rid of that. And I'll leave the rest. Okay, so come to MENT.com. It's right here on this website. So MENT.com, check out what I do. I'm giving you the best advice that I can. It looks to me like we're going to continue to see a very solid rally up into this 570, 580 area, then target the 606 area, and that could come before the end of August or September. So be aware, we've got a little bit of rotation next week, likely going to be down in the 560, 561 area after a big rally Monday, Tuesday, coming back down into this 560, 561 area, building support, and then rallying back out of it around the 23rd, 24th, 25th. Okay, guys, let's see how this plays out. Should be really good.